sister. That is, he is an American soldier who, after seeing the crimes against humanity committed in Iraq, chose that he could not fight anymore. So he has chosen to come to Canada to seek refuge, because otherwise he would be put in jail and considered a criminal for standing up for international law. Shame! Just to let you know, one more resistor, her name is Kim Rivera. She has a husband and 3 young children. On March 26th, Canada is going to deport Kim Rivera back to the United States, where she will be arrested and put in jail for being a deserter, even though she is standing up for international law. I encourage all of you to write to our own personal MP, Jason Kenney, in Calgary Southeast, to let him know that you want Kim Rivera to stay in Canada. So please welcome Chuck Wiley, a true hero for standing up for what he believes in.
Thanks.
I guess easier.
That they pay, they are country of all the lines in the crowd. And they pay $400 each to go and see
To see how they can kill children.
Sorry about that.
Well, I gotta get listeriosis.
I stand before you today as somebody that's sorry for the things that they took part in. I spent almost 17 years in the U.S. military in 2 different branches. And honestly, only since coming to Canada and talking to people like you about the things that I did and the things that I saw, do I feel like I've ever done anything good with that experience. The war in Iraq has been called a mistake by people that served in the Bush administration, people that have served in the U.S. military, and even by Stephen Harper himself. It wasn't a mistake, it was a lie. Everybody needs to realize that. You can't lie about something consciously and end up killing over 1 million people in the process and then call it a mistake and hope it goes away. Through policies that have been executed in Iraq and the position that U.S. military people like myself have been put in, the military has become the terrorists that they thought they were fighting. The United States has become the terrorist institution that it claims everyone else is. George Bush and his regime have drugged the entire West into the middle of a holy war that he wanted at least as much as the people in Al-Qaeda that he tries to pit us against. There's no other reason that we could have been drawn into this. As bad as that is, I want you to realize that it's not just his fault. It's the fault of people like me that have been along with it for so long. It's the fault of American citizens that tolerate having a government like that for 8 years.
Yes.
But it's also your fault.
Yes.
It's also the fault of people in Canada that tolerate a government that follows Washington like they're a bunch of sheep.
Yes.
So I want to ask you to do something for me. I want to ask you to stop being citizens of Calgary today. Stop being citizens of Canada today. Put away the concept of them and start thinking about the concept of us. There was a day in the military when I was deployed when I suddenly came to the realization that I have more in common with the people that I'm helping to kill and maim than I do with the people that are giving the orders. I want you to stop believing that somebody else is worth sacrificing for your happiness. I want you to stop believing in politicians that are willing to kill for resources. So I want you to tell them today that they've already crossed that line and you've had enough. Thanks.
Go home, George Bush! Go home, George Bush! Go home, George Bush!
It appears that the police are arresting someone, but let's remember to keep this peaceful. Let's keep this peaceful movement. If Luca's nearby, if you could come up to the floor with song, Luca. Are you nearby? Luca? Sigma? Are you ready? I'd like to welcome to the stage a very good friend of mine, Alberta. She's an Iraqi Canadian who's from Fallujah. And today, as you can tell, she is dressed as some of the images that we saw from Abu Ghraib. She is a very long-term activist in this community and is an amazing woman, and I'm pleased to welcome her to the stage. So please welcome Digital.
Calgary, the 6th year or the 6th anniversary of the war on Iraq. I'm so pleased to be here today in the streets of Calgary, but I'm so pained to hear that I have to speak when knowing that the person responsible for most of the crimes that are committed in my homeland and across the world is here and is having lunch, giving a speech, teaching us what the challenges of the 21st century are like or are gonna be like. He's forgetting his part in this. But let me start with this. Let me go back about 30 years ago when I was in elementary school. And I came across a survey that was done at that time. The survey took care of the number of people who are living on this planet, sharing the same world, and breathing the same air. The survey wanted to see how much do we have of food and how much do we have of arms per capita. So we came up with numbers. Our number is 6 billion people living in this earth. But when taken into account the food reservoir, we have come up with a number. Each person of the 6 billion people has a share of half a ton. But when we came across weapons, arms, machine guns, we came across a bigger number, which is 15 tons per person. 15 tons per person in comparison to that. Now, why I'm bringing this in